From thousands years ago, people were obsessed and inspired by the idea of flying in the sky. The Creator has given us all except the wings of birds. Most of the ancient civilization mythology mentioned the existence of flying animals or even humans with wings. One of the most famous stories is about Icarus and his father Daedalus, who created the wings from feather and wax to escape from Greek island of Crete. In fact, history has recognized humans' efforts in finding ways to fly up to the sky. The earliest method is to use bird-like wings, then jump out of the tower or cliff. But due to the lack of understanding the flight theory, most of these efforts ended in injury or death. However, despite the dangers of life, humans still keep studying to get closer and closer to the vast sky with the encouragement of their dream about conquering the space. In this video, you will get more knowledge about flying objects that change our world. Please tighten your safety belt and be ready for our journey. Aerostats are the first technology that can carry humans in the history. The first flight of a manned balloon invented by Montgolfier brothers was carried out in Paris in 1973. Since then, the aerostats have been upgraded to conquer thousands-kilometer journeys. The aerostat, named Graf Zeppelin, was known to be the most successful aerostat in history. During the 9-year period from 1928 to 1937, Graf Zeppelin has made 590 flights, with a distance of over 1.6 million kilometers, including the flight around the world in 1929. The golden age of aerostat ended on the 6th of June in 1937, when a Hindenburg acid caught fire and made a fatality to 36 people. Although the initiatives of using aerostat widely were brought in, it still wasn't recognized due to the reservation and severity of placentals after the Hindenburg disaster. Made from light but strong materials, parachutes is used to slow the speed of movement of an object to the atmosphere due to the air resistance. The oldest parachute design, which appeared in an anonymous manuscript from the 1470s in Renaissance in Italy. Many people think that the only function of parachutes is to land up safely. However, it can help us fly by being attached to a canoe. Depending on the situations, parachute is used with a variety of loads, including food, equipment, space modules, and even bombs. Glider is the same type as aircraft, but has long, thin wings, a fully flat narrow cockpit, and a slender fuselage. Therefore, gliders have very light weight and are capable of soaring in rising air produced by thermal. If some gliders have engines, they can be used for extending a flight or even taking off. Some spacecrafts were designed as gliders to land up gently at high speed. In the past, military gliders are taken use of in the world. It's a funny truth that we all have played gliders without realization. These are paper planes. In 1903, the dream about conquering the sky came true when the Wright brothers made the first flight in the airline industry's history. Since then, based on the Wright brothers' invention, a series of super aeronautical products are brought out for the purpose of peace and war. We can mention some types of aircraft such as biplane, helicopter, seaplane, civilian aircraft, super transport aircraft, bombers, and military aircraft. The invention of aerospace equipment ushered in a new era for mankind, the era of space exploration. The space equipment are divided into two types. The first one is used to transport goods and humans to the space outside the Earth's atmosphere, called spacecraft or space shuttle. The most well-known of this type is the US shuttle and Russian Soyuz spaceships. The second type consists of artificial satellites, space stations, and telescopes, such as Hubble telescope. All these spacecrafts have a general feature that they must be launched with a rocket to reach the orbit. The initial purpose of the space exploration was the space race between the US and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Since the Cold War, the technical advances in space exploration program has been widely applied in several telecommunications. The Hubble telescope promotes our knowledge about faraway galaxies and supernovas. Experiments in non-gravity environment on International Space Station help us create new alloys. In conclusion, through this video, you have a more comprehensive view about the sky conquest of mankind from the primitive era to the latest equipments today, and it's undeniable that the history of aerospace industry will still continue with the modern gadgets in the future, which will not only assist people in discovering the mystery of the Earth, but also bring humanity to the faraway planets.